up YouTube? I'm fine. What's good? It's your girl Francine. Today is Monday, hopefully, because I recorded this whole video already looking a lot nicer than I do right now, and I found out the whole thing had no sound because my mic was not connected. And today is Monday while I'm recording this, so it's gonna be late, okay? I'm sorry. And also I'm not gonna be as energetic because yesterday was the Super Bowl and your girl a little hungover, so you know, it's okay because I'm still giving y'all content, and that's what I do because I love y'all. I love y'all. But yes, today is Monday, and today we are going to do another hip-hop album review. Now, I'm not going to do a reaction like I did the last time. I think that was the last one I did for this, because A, I've listened to this album already like multiple times, so it wouldn't be genuine, and B, I don't really got the time to do that now, so that would take a whole lot of editing. So I'm gonna do what I did before in my top 5. Oh no, wait, I did Number Love. But most of y'all haven't seen that because YouTube blocked it. I forgot about that because it's blocked. I did top 5 for that too. But I'm gonna give you my top 5 with the 2 honorable mentions for the album Midnight Marauders by A Tribe Called Quest. Now, this was inspired mostly by a comment that I got on my Illmatic album review. Now, if you haven't seen that one, I'm surprised because that's like, I think my #1 viewed video, so go watch it. I mean, everybody else has, so. But somebody commented and was like, I can't believe you listened to a bunch of Nas albums before, but you never listened to this album. Like, how did you go all this time without listening to it? And I was like, I don't know, I just never went into it. And I felt kind of played. He was like, oh, I would have just thought you were more curious than that, or something like that. I'll put the screenshot up here. And I was like, excuse me, I am a very curious person. I like listening to new stuff. And then someone suggested this album, and I realized I've listened to 3 songs on this album and never decided to listen to the full album. So he might have been right. I may not be the most curious person in the world into looking into albums that probably I will like, because I very much enjoyed this album. And yeah, maybe I need to be a little bit more curious. Maybe he was saying something. I'm still offended, but also like, okay. So I went and I listened to this album. Actually, I listened to this album when I went home for Christmas. This was actually supposed to be the first album I did this year, but as you know, I started kind of late, so yeah. But like I said, Midnight Marauders by A Tribe Called Quest. Let's get into the review. So I will say this album, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised by this album. I very much liked the whole album as a whole. So even though I'm gonna give you my top 5, I very much suggest that you go and listen to the full album. It starts off kind of with this narration that's like a robot narration, which is consistent throughout the whole album. And you know, that's the intro, right? Then the next song we get into is Steve Ditko, Stir It Up, right? Which is a bop. Number 1, I did not know this song was based on a South African revolutionist who was very big in the anti-apartheid movement during that time. And so that's who the name Steve Ditko is from. I like the references. I like the idea that, you know, we're going into history. We're getting historical stuff, okay? Because I didn't know who Steve Ditko was, and now like I'm very much interested in finding out who he is. And this is a very good song. It starts off represent.
Linden Boulevard, represent, Tribe Called Quest, represent. When the mic is in my hand, I'm never hesitant. My favorite jam back in the day was Eric B for president.
And also one thing I forgot to mention is that Phife Dawg mentions Eric B for president in this album, in this song, and that is apparently a song off of Eric B and Rakim's Paid in Full album, which I do also plan on doing since I did Follow the Leader. Check that video out. I'll link it here. But yeah, I wanted to add that because you can tell the inspiration that they have from his flows to their flows. You can definitely see the parallels, so I wanted to put that in there as well. All right, represent. The beat is very much fire. I very much enjoyed this for the first song on the album because it's a very good intro to the rappers of this album, who is Phife Dawg and Q-Tip, as well as Shaheed, who is, I think, the DJ, if I'm not mistaken. So everybody is fire on this, okay? So this is a very good start to the album. It's a very good kind of introduction, like I said, to their rhymes. There's the way they flow. and definitely a bop, right? The next song we get to is Award Tour, which I've heard before. Like, I think this and Electric Relaxation is the songs that I knew before I got into this album, and to be quite honest, hearing them flowing with the other songs made me like it more, because I think it very much fits the aesthetic of this album, which is very much giving me old school vibes, giving me very like jazz, giving me very much like, you know, good old school R&B flows in its sound, right? So Award Tour is, from what I gather, and I looked it up on Rap Genius and I believe I am accurate, is about how they've apparently never won a Grammy or a MTV Music Award, which is when he says, "I never let a statue tell me how nice I am."
Know the time when questions in the jam. I never let a statue tell me how nice I am. Coming with more hits than the Braves and the Yankees. Living mad fat like a oversized man.
Because they've never won an award, but they on an award tour because they still popping. So and I really think that that's a really good message that they're putting out, and the beat is hot. We on a award tour with my man going each and every day with the mic in my hand. Like, that's, I like it. I like the chorus. I like, you know, like I said, the flow of like, look, we popping. Like, I don't know if you know, but we popping. You don't need to give me no statue, because I know that I'm the best, and that is, I like that energy. I like that being confident in what you coming with, and you don't need nobody to validate your greatness in rapping. So I definitely understand that, and that's a good little bop. The next one. So the next two were tied for being on this list because I like them both for different reasons. So we have 8 Million Stories, which is essentially, it's like a story. Like, this is Phife Dawg just sitting there rapping, telling a very interesting story that when you hear it unraveling throughout the song, you're like, oh, okay, sure, oh, okay. And it's very much a storytelling song. It's not anything.
What was me? I'm having problems.
It's too outrageously crazy. It's a very slow, like a very chill beat. But then we have Sucker. I'm just gonna call it that because I can't say the other word on here because YouTube already don't like me. So we got Sucker, which this is one of the few songs on here that when I first heard this song, mind you, I'm on a plane, I was like, wait. What song is this? First of all, I don't know what song. I tried to look at what song they were sampling in the beginning because it has to be a sample. So if you know, please let me know in the comments. I looked it up. I may have missed it. Probably did, because I'm 100% sure somebody has put it out there.
Hey, sucker nigga, whoever you are. Hey, sucker nigga, whoever you are. Hey, sucker nigga, whoever you are. Whoever you are.
And this song is very much probably my favorite song on the album. And I know somebody's gonna get mad at me by saying that, but this is probably my favorite song on the album. A, because I really like Q-Tip, and this is pretty much him just rapping. B, I like the message of the song, because the song is essentially like how black people took back the N-word, essentially, and made it more of a term of endearment than it has been a term of oppression.
The first was used back in the deep south, falling out between the dome of the white man's mouth. It means that we will never grow. You know the word, dummy. Upper niggas in the community think it's crummy, but I don't. Neither does the youth, cause we embrace adversity. It goes right with the race, and being that we use it as a term of endearment, niggas start to bug to the dome is where the fear went.
And I like the way that it was articulated in this song. I also like the beat because that is fire. Like, I'm gonna try to play it in here, even though YouTube is probably going to demonetize me and or copyright claim me and or block me for putting in these songs, but I can't talk about them without putting a little bit in there. The beat is fire. Q-Tip is fire in this song. Everything about the song, like I said, it's my favorite one on the album. I know I'm gonna make somebody mad by saying that, but I just like the message, and the beat is fire. I gotta say that again, I'm sorry. So then the next song is of mine that I enjoy on this album is, of course, Electric Relaxation, which was the first song I've ever heard by A Tribe Called Quest. Let me be very serious. Like, when this album came out, it was in 1993. I was 2 years old, okay? So I wasn't very much an adult when these songs came out. So the first song that I ever heard by A Tribe Called Quest was Electric Relaxation. And so I was like, very, what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't know how like their flow was before this, because this song is very chill, but it's also kind of like a good mainstream song to put out. Like, I think this is a good single to put out because it has a kind of like you trying to get a girl type thing, which is very much, you know, he's talking about your friends told him he was a hoe, like like she labeled me a hoe. She said, how you figure? My friends told me so. Like, that's like, you know. And
she simply said no, label me a. I said, how you figure? My friends tell me so. I hate when silly groupies wanna run their yacht. Word to God, hun, I don't get down like that.
I'll have you weak in the knees that you can hardly speak.
then Q-Tip talking about, I have you weak in the knees that you can hardly speak. I'm like, Q-Tip, really? Are you? Okay. But I like the song as a just like a single. Like, I didn't really look at the group all together as a rap group. I just saw it as a single until I heard Award Tour, which had a totally different flow to it. So then I was like, oh, cool. So then I listened to actually Low End Theory first, which is why I said this is an album I never listened to. I've actually listened to all of Low End Theory, and I'm going to do a video about that one because that's like one of my favorite albums, period. So I'm going to do a review on that one, but I wanted to do a review on this one because I was like, how did I listen again to Low End Theory, one of the best albums, and never was like, oh, let me go and listen to any of the other albums? And I've consistently said throughout these videos where Q-Tip has showed up in different songs that I love Q-Tip. I'm a huge Q-Tip fan, but I never listened to this. What is wrong with me? That is something I'm realizing, that like I'm not really big on trying to find new things. I'm like, I'm stuck in my ways. I want to watch these things. So that's what I'm gonna do. Or I want to listen to these songs, and that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm very happy that I did decide to listen to this album. And then, oh, I didn't even get to the last song. So the last song that's on my list of top 5/6 is Lyrics to Go, which, like, it's a great song. And I think that, you know, this one is a very big indicator of how good a rapper Phife Dawg is, in my opinion. This one and Steve Biko were definitely like ones where I was like, oh, like Phife is really like, I already like this flow, I already like this rhyme scheme, but I really like this song on the album for him mostly. And again, the beat is fire, so you can't get over that.
Draft, will I be top seeded? Work too freaking hard while all the rest will get weeded. Steady kicking style so I can reach that other level. Don't worry about getting gas, I push the pedal to the metal. Always wanted this cause it surely beats a scramble. I'm Jordan with the mic, wanna gamble?
It's going to be fire. I love when people have good DJs because that essentially lets me know like you're going to have, and Q-Tip is a great producer anyway, so it's just a combination of good music. Phife can spit, Q-Tip can spit and produce. You got a good DJ. Everything on this, all the songs on this album honestly are good if you want to listen to a good all-together album. Granted, I still like Low End Theory better, but this is definitely a good second album for me. Like I said, I will do Low End Theory, but I feel like that one's going to be totally different than any of the other hip-hop album reviews I've done, because that was like one of the first 5 old school hip-hop albums I ever listened to, because like I said in the comment that I was talking about with that person, that I didn't really get into hip-hop until I was in high school, because I was very much a pop R&B type girl. And so when I went, you know, into listening to hip-hop music, I started in the 2010s, like with Kanye and like later Jay-Z stuff, and you know, that kind of era of hip-hop, and like Kid Cudi, like all that. And then eventually I did try to start going back, but not as thoroughly as I probably should have. So that's why I like this segment, because it very much gets me to listen to things that I normally wouldn't listen to. So this one is definitely a top 1 for me that I've done so far. It's one of my faves, and yeah, so that's all I got for y'all today. Sorry it's not as energetic as it probably would have been if this would have happened yesterday and I would have just edited it and it would have been fine. But you know what? It got me out of bed today. So Look, you know, when you hungover, you just don't be feeling like it. And I'm working from home, so it's like I ain't gotta get out of bed. So like, why would I? But you know, I got kind of sort of cute. I tried to look cute, and here we were. So yeah, so thank you for watching. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you have any comments, questions, or concerns, put them in the comment section, as well as any suggestions you may have for R&B, hip-hop, any type of albums or songs or music related things. I'm gonna try to do something different. I have some ideas, but if y'all want anything suggested, it's not just reviews of albums, or you know, I did a lyric analysis before. I might do that again. Like I'm a music person. I'm actually personally myself a musician and a singer-songwriter, so if you want anything that has to do with that, let me know. And if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. I'll be sitting here putting in work. Like, your girl is not in the best place right now, but I'm like, I can't not put a video up today. I just can't. Like, what would I be if I ain't my word? Like I said, I'm gonna put a video up on Monday, so I gotta put a video up on Monday. Even though I've on multiple occasions not put videos up, but you know what? It's okay, because I'm trying for y'all. So, with that being said, I will more than likely see you on Wednesday, and definitely see you on Friday. Okay, bye.